Bayou.
Yeah. Bayou is interesting.
The Bayou, that's where where was the Cherry People's Club?
Cherry People was on at the Silver Dollar, which was, go down Wisconsin Avenue and take a left on them. It was on the first block on the right hand side. And last time I was down there, it was a Slovaki joint. But Bayou, there's an awful lot going on at the Bayou. There was back in the 60s, well, the whole Georgetown scene in the mid 60s, was there a whole group of clubs like the Corral,
Right.
the Frog.
You remember those?
Yeah,
That's before Polyester and that crew. No, those clubs.
yeah,
Right?
and before like the Bayou. The Bayou was there. The Bayou had been doing rock and roll since the early 60s.
Right.
But they had like the British Walkers, and the Bayou was it was the place to go on weekends in Georgetown back then. And sometimes the line would go all the way up to M Street. And the whole mentality was, it was a lot of Marines from Quantico and from the barracks down in Southeast. But they'd go in and I remember people telling me years later that their mantra was, pack them in, get them drunk, beat them up, throw them out.
At the Bayou?
Yeah.
I guess because that's the thing. The clubs were this breeding ground. I mean, bands could play 6 nights a week or 7 nights maybe and actually really hone their chops. I mean, that's...
Yeah, there was the Keg, the Act 4, which were...
The Joker, Circus Maximus.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't remember the name of that place. Yeah, the ones on upper Wisconsin Avenue would draw the Bethesda well-to-do crowd, and so would like the Act 4, which is down the same block as Good Guys is now. Actually, the Act 4 is now a whatever that grocery store is there next to the baseball field. Whatever,
Whole Foods, or,
yeah, something like that. But that used to be the Act 4. That was, I did sound for a lot of bands that played there, but you had a whole rotation, a whole group of clubs. I was with a band called Sinbad for 9 years.
I remember Sinbad.
And 8 years maybe. And we were the house band at the Bayou for 18 months straight once.
I still have the pictures from that.
Do you really?
I photographed that.
That'd be great. 'Cause I don't have any pictures from that.
I shot several rolls of film one night down there.
Cool.
Of Sinbad playing. Or was it Sinbad or Second Eagle?
Well, Second Eagle played
Might have
there,
been
but
Second Eagle.
mostly at the Keg.
This is a Bayou.
Okay.
I distinctly remember it being the Bayou.
Okay. But you had those places. You had the Bastille in College Park.
The Rendezvous.
The Rendezvous. University of Maryland had an on-campus beer hall that had a band in it 4 nights a week. It's called the Pub.
I remember the pub.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there were just so many places to play. I mean, and like Nils's band, Crystal Mesh, they played at the Frog or the Corral or those places for an awful long time.
Before Grin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was just I guess, and this is where the bands just got to really become top caliber. You know.
Yeah, I did 6 nights a week for 19 years in nightclubs. It's a wonder I can walk and talk at the same time. Sometimes I can't.